Friends of Lapeer County, I am sending you this message with my concerns about what's happening in Lansing. My name is John Nugent, and I am a school board trustee for Lapeer Community Schools, where I have served for 7 years, and I am concerned about the attacks on public education. Let me give you a little background about myself and my family. I have lived in Lapeer County for the past 11 years. I have been married to my wife, Mary Nugent, for 20 years, and combined we have 5 children. The oldest, Adam, is a band director in the Eaton Rapids School District, where he graduated from Michigan State University in 2003. Jamie, the oldest daughter, resides in Atlanta, Georgia, working as a producer for CNN.com. She also graduated from Michigan State University in 2004. Katie lives in Newport, Kentucky, and is currently a stay-at-home mom for her son August, while Emily will be entering her 3rd year at Berea College as a political science major. And the youngest, Ashley, will begin her freshman year at Transylvania University this fall. Education has always been important to my family. I have lived in Michigan my entire life, and I am concerned. I am concerned with what's happening to the state my family has enjoyed so much over the years. I'd like to talk to you just for a minute about Michigan's budget and the attack on public education. Michigan's budget, by law, must be balanced. That bluntly means that when a tax break is given to one group, other groups need to sacrifice to even the budget back up. So when the Republican legislators voted a $1.8 billion break to businesses with the hopes of bringing us lots of well-paying jobs, to make up the hole in the budget, they levied one of the biggest tax increases in Michigan's history to individual taxpayers. The tax changes enacted last year have removed more than $1 billion in tax payments from businesses to individual taxpayers. But the balancing wasn't done yet. They also made the single biggest cuts ever to our education system, from K-12 schools through colleges. Also taking cuts and asked to sacrifice were local municipalities. These are the same people who fix your roads, hire police and fire, and provide you all kinds of other public services vital to our community. None of us are safer or happier with less fire and police protection. We are also not happier with poor roads or bridges in ill repair. This affects our everyday quality of life and our children's belief that they have a good future in Michigan. But the general disrepair of our cities and their surfaces also affect our ability to draw business. We are not sending the right messages to businesses when we only address tax incentives and not the quality of the environment they would move their business to. Businesses will also look at the quality of our educational system and whether we can produce the right kind of employees for them. We have made it harder and harder for our students to become those employees, as the legislators have made huge cuts to colleges, forcing them to charge students more. Surely many students have found they are closed out of the opportunity of attending at all. As a school board member, it is very easy to see what the tax cut has done to local schools. All the emphasis is now on saving money, not best educational practices. Class sizes are larger, and we're looking at cheaper ways of educating our children, whether these ways have a proven track record or not. We are continually testing our children as if these numbers tell us everything about what makes for good teaching. The mantra of the day from Lansing and the Republicans is that this is all reform. If all these changes are about reform, why wouldn't we want the most important people at the table helping us determine what this should look like? The teachers themselves should be there. Reforming educational practices without teachers present is like building a house without a carpenter. It's easy to get it wrong. Administrators often say that the teacher in the classroom is our most valuable resource. Why wouldn't we want teachers to feel supported by being treated professionally and being adequately paid? Will good teachers even stay here if they're not? By privatizing many of the support services, we have let people go who have spent countless years serving our kids. Now students will have to get used to a merry-go-round of new minimum wage paid strangers in their schools and on their buses. Our children always counted on and trusted these familiar adults. The missteps by Republicans in Lansing are summed up in these numbers. Michigan is now 40th out of 50 states as far as our population's attainment of college education. The average level of wages earned by Michiganders now ranks 42nd in the nation. These two factors, taken together, are the most important indicators of the state's ability to recover from an economic downturn. And by being almost dead last in giving financial support to our colleges, our children will face impossibly high tuition costs to complete a degree. So our opportunities for our youth are fading fast. Have you had enough yet? Giving businesses huge tax breaks while hurting much of the rest of our economy makes no sense. Working people paying more and more taxes and having less money to spend in our local economy makes no sense. Hurting our children's futures in both their crowded classrooms today and the lack of opportunity later makes no sense. Besides, with all the tax incentives to business, you have to ask the question, where are all those new local jobs promised? I believe we need to invest in our youth. Like the newly advocated Michigan 2020 program to help students pay for college, I think the all-in for business to fix this mess is more voodoo economics. As we tax the middle-class workers more, we take away the biggest reason for businesses to come here: customers with money. Our economy is sadly out of balance. Have you had enough? I believe a more balanced approach that includes the middle class and businesses, both prospering, will work and be a more fair way to share the sacrifice of fixing this. I believe that policies that invest in our children and their future will best build Michigan. Please join me.